17 minutes of play left. Wine doing well in the ruck. Oh, well roved, in fact, by Salmon. The quick kick is to half-foot over the back. Eccleston against Long. Good use of the body. Eccleston grabbed by Watson. Long makes position. Clever play by Watson to chip it in short. Long had ducked back into the square. And the mark has been taken directly in front. And a lot of skill with those two players, Bernie.
What a dangerous player this Michael Long is. Already kicked one goal.
Well, I don't think he could miss this. He casually taps it through for a goal.
Again, 16 points the difference. And Essendon once again getting the quick reply. 5-7 to 3-3.
They are teaming well. Timmy Watson and Michael Long on the forward line. And that's one thing when the wind is blowing so strongly from one end as it is today. There are occasions when a side can find plenty of space to work in on the forward line if they get the ball down there quickly, as they did on that occasion out of the centre square from the centre square bounce down.
Coleman off and Leon Cameron back on.
Again, 16 points the difference after that very quick reply by Michael Long for Essendon. His second goal. He and Spawn both have 2 for the Bombers. Salmon comes at 30 metres downfield. Long again, but this time McGuinness. A wide kick to centre wing. Anderson, short pass. Harrington in front. Watson out to Long. They're combining well. Long for his third, but off target. One behind to make the difference now 17 points at the Western Oval. Great crowd by these, or drawn by these two neighbouring clubs virtually. Reynolds goes for the members stand flank this time. Spawn had the front position. Comes out with the ball. Not a well-directed kick, I think intended for Timmy Watson. Over goes Spawn. Harrington on top of him. Watson comes out with the hand pass. Izard can't quite pick it up. Wallace behind him. Royal tripped over, might have been accidental.
Free kick to Footscray against Alan Izard.
Advantage now. Reynolds, Keenan Reynolds, a former Essendon player himself. He'll be keen to do well today. Wigney at the back. Oh, he's grabbed it, a push out, and I think it was on.
Yes, the free kick was there.
I don't think I'd argue with that one. He did push out Peter Cransberg, Stuart Wigney. Cransberg short. Finds Anderson.
Got a man up a lot more, Footscray.
Yes, Essendon starting to look better. Oh, Wine was grabbed by the arm as he went for that mark. Kicked by Izard. Up to half-forward. Foster with tremendous courage. Taken away by Keenan Reynolds on the left foot, right out wide. Gary O'Donnell will lead the race for this one. He's got a loose man in Spawn. Nearly run down by Liberatore. Then the kick goes to half-forward. This is Manning charging after it against Eccleston. And Manning taps it over the line. It's at half-forward for the Bombers. They're hanging in there on 5-8. Done pretty well in the last 6 or 7 minutes into the breeze. Vanderhaar taps it down. Eccleston tries to get a quick kick. Now it's Foster over to Royal. This could be dangerous. A kick straight up in the air. A push out by Buick.
No.
Well, I thought there was a bit of a nudge out. Now Buick's playing on. He's got a loose man in Kickett. Kickett's got it. An open goal. Comes in hard and slams it right through the middle for a goal to the Bombers.
You spoke about manning up before, Bernie.
Well, I was just going to mention that too, Pete. Terry Wallace was a player there at fault. He allowed Derek Kickett to run down in the forward line. He should have really guarded him a lot harder than he did there. And it's resulted into a handy goal to Essendon kicking into this breeze. But they must man up, and man up a lot harder than they did there.
Essendon taking the points in the second quarter. They've kicked 3 goals into the breeze, which is as good as what they did with it. Kickett's first goal, a valuable one for Essendon. Thompson tries to get clear. Scooped out to Kickett. Salmon. Izard. Short kick down to the other bluey in the team. And that's Buick. Essendon running everywhere at the moment. Grenvold. Long. Footscray back line in a little bit of disarray. There's a 50-metre penalty to help him.
Well, that's made sure of the goal. He'll be right on the goal square kicking this. Michael Long put him down for 3 now.
Already done it, Bernie. That's giving them away. 8 possessions to Michael Long, and you can make it 3 goals now. Funny old
doing all right. The smaller players, Essendon, have been getting it out. Here's their chance now as Wallace takes it to the half-forward line. Wigney against Terry Danaher, grabbed by Cransberg. Onto the right foot, out wide. He's heading for the boundary line. 2-on-1 contest here. And it's tapped over the line. It's almost at half-forward for Footscray. Wind against Salmon. Play on, the umpire calls. It was O'Brien trying to get it back to Salmon. Wallace went in very hard. Good play, Wallace. Slipping over was McGuinness. Grabbed by O'Brien. Back to O'Donnell. Well smothered that by Cullen, but a disgraceful kick. Straight to Cransberg. Cransberg looking for Hamilton. Good play by Atkins. Then they go after it again. It's still at half forward for Footscray. Kickett's there. Bit of a tunnel ball job. Now it's little Liberatore's got it. He's got a couple to beat. Cleverly tapped back to Gary O'Donnell. Oh, good skill. Good play by O'Donnell. The short chip pass out wide. He's looking for Manning. He overruns it. Here's a chance now for Harrington. He kicks it out to Grant. Is that a push in the back? Umpire said no. Grabbed by McGuinness. McGuinness onto the left foot. Oh, this is close. Hit the post, I think. Yes, it did. Bad luck to McGuinness. But that was a good attempt. And they need goals, and they need them quickly. Essendon 7-8. Footscray 3-4.
It's a big gap. And Essendon against the breeze, who played better against it than they did with it. Danaher's kick to the outer side. Footscray fans looking for in the back decision there. They might get one. No. Yes. Sevilla. A spiral punt would go pretty close. Centering kick off the hands of Danaher. Back it comes to Hamilton. And hustled over the boundary line by Wigney before he could gain control.
You feel there's not enough backup support on their forward line for those taller players.
Well, I think that they've fallen for the old trap when a side's kicking with the breeze. You can think the breeze is going to do the whole thing for you. They haven't really moved the ball and teamed in this second quarter, Footscray.
Walsh on and Manning off for Essendon.
And also the other thing, Pete, they haven't been doing well out of that centre bounce down.
I think I've just about won it out every time this quarter from there. Salmon to kick it. He took off before he had the ball. Now this could be dangerous. Cransberg, marked by Grenvold. Over it goes to Cransberg now. Long, who's been brilliant with 3 goals, looks for Anderson. Gets dispossessed, as I said, Kevin Walsh. Back onto the ground for Manning. Walsh's kick to the left half-forward flank. Knocked away by Reynolds from Watson. It's a real scramble out there. Watson ultimately gets a kick in the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Wine does. Eccleston, Sevilla at half-back. Royal, beautiful tackle. Ball spills free. Liberatore. Maloney went without it. Footscray under a great deal of pressure now. Royal, can he get it again? Izzard applies another tackle.
That's a free to Brian Royal that time.
In the back, advantage Royal played. Wallace to Liberatore. 2 Essendon players didn't talk there. Cransberg probably should have taken it. It's left to Salmon to do the tidying up work. O'Brien on centre wing, gives it to Anderson.
Anderson to half forward. Van der Haar sets himself, can't take it. Royal roving the packs well. Can't trap it. Now he's got it, little rover. Quick kick on the left foot towards half forward. It's Collingwood. Oh, they got themselves into trouble there, Sevilla. Now it's back to Collingwood. He might kick a great goal here as he runs to half forward. Hooks it back in front of goal. Right on the line. Good attempt that by Collingwood.
Bruce Reid, the Essendon doctor, has just been under the ground speaking to Timmy Watson.
Oh, he hasn't been in the game much, Timmy, today. 7-8 plays 3-5.
He was dumped with a very heavy tackle there just a few moments ago also.
Anthony Danaher, one of the great kicks in league football, bringing it to the half-back line, thumped away by Wine, grabbed by O'Donnell to Anderson. He can give it to Izzard if he wants to, but he elects to kick it instead up in front of Kevin Walsh. Walsh trying to trap it and tap it on. Here's Royal in after it. Is that a free kick to Essendon? No, holding the ball. I didn't know which way the umpire would go there, whether he'd be in the back or holding it. He's gone the holding it. Hand pass over to Foster from Royal. Foster, the long kick, a 65-metre kick. Punched down by Kransberg, is having a good quarter. And they're not getting to the fall of the ball, those Footscray forwards. Salmon, Wizard.
Pete, this is where they're being cut to pieces, Footscray, across the middle of the ground.
Kick it, trying to crash his way through. Nearly tried to do too much, but he does it too easily. Over to Wizard, the short one is on, and the pass hits Watson. Watson to Buick. Buick sprints in the goal and slams it through for another one to the Bombers.
I'm at the Western Oval, and what a great quarter it was by Essendon, kicking into the win, and they booted 5 goals 1 and restricted Footscray kicking with the win to just 3 goals. In fact, 3 goals 6. 8-8 Essendon, 56 leading Footscray 4-8-32 at half-time. So the third quarter, the all-important quarter, particularly for the Bulldogs. They could not afford to let Essendon get away. Let's now go to the action now in the third quarter, and with some 11 minutes remaining, Essendon leads by 27 points. The score 10-11 to the Dogs, 6-8.
Well, Footscray, they only trail by 4 goals 3. That's certainly not insurmountable. They're playing all right. That's Buick out to kick it. Kick it onto the right foot. Maloney has run hard at that ball in this quarter. He's had a good quarter, Troy Maloney. The kicker's out wide. He's looking for Liberatore. Oh, beaten by O'Brien. Did he run over the line?
In the back.
Or in the back it is now.
That's silly, Doug Hawkins, because he was over the line and now he's given the free kick away.
Craig O'Brien. Well, they're not playing all that well in this quarter, Essendon. O'Brien to half forward. Thumped the ground. Baxter was grabbed. Now a chance for Kransberg. There's a loose man in, kick it in the pocket. Will he get onto the left foot? Chips it in short. And Derek Kickett's put it through for a goal.
Well, Derek Kickett, you don't leave him on his own by 10 metres or so. He got his other goal from a similar set of circumstances, 11-11 to 6-8.
Yes, I'm not sure who's playing on Derek Kickett at the moment. Maybe Peter Foster's picking up Derek Kickett. So, yes, he is too. Peter Foster's a player that had run up further upfield.
Walsh comes back on for Essendon.
Kandahar off.
33 points the difference after Kickett's second goal. O'Donnell to half forward. Kickett again.
But maybe he's Maloney's man who charged up the field and didn't get back to pick him up.
Maloney stands the mark anyway. Centering kick by Derek Kickett. Looking for Madden.
Oh, that's a free kick to Madden.
You would reckon. Hawkins goes out wide.
No free there. They both went for the mark and they misjudged it.
Grant and Anderson. A stalemate, says the umpire.
Oh, I thought Madden copped it right in the back.
You're thinking of perhaps the free to Paul Salmon earlier, Peter, which not too many of us had a good look at. Ball out to centre wing. Doing well through some heavy traffic. Foster on his own. From left half-back flank, Peter Foster. Grant, great mark.
Oh, he's got class.
Through a nest of Essendon players. But Grant on left centre wing. Falling forward is Sevilla and Liberatore. They're both next to each other. Liberatore's kick to Coleman, a juggle and a mark.
Well, this is a good move by Terry Wheeler playing him there, and Grant up the ground.
Well, he's a long way from goal this time. It'll be a mammoth kick against the breeze. She's not bad. Wigney. Oh! Bounced through! Touched!
Oh, touched.
Oh, I thought it was a goal.
So did I. I don't know who touched it. Somebody got a fingernail to it. 11-11 to 6-9. So the difference is again 32 points.
Just get the feeling they're not out of this.
Well, if they can come home with the breeze. Danaher kicks in. Terry races for it from Anthony's kick. And it beats he and Wigney over the boundary line.
Well, he didn't look too quick then, Terry Danaher running to that ball, but what a magnificent player he's been for a long, long time for Essendon. Playing at both ends of the ground. Salmon beautifully to Grenvold, then on to Thompson. Mark Thompson to the half-forward line. Walsh against Foster. Foster's been an excellent player. Tapped on by Walsh. Here's danger. Oh, long cleverly to Watson. Watson runs to the 50-metre line. There's no one in the goal square as he tries to bounce it through. Yes, brilliant goal, Tim Watson.
Essendon has the answers. Watson's first goal, kicked from a mammoth distance out, but it bounced through for 12-11 to 6-9.
Yes, as we said earlier, these two players, Watson and Long, have been very dangerous, combining well on the forward line. A very clever play there by Michael Long. Just got it to his boot quickly. Only went a distance of about 5 metres or so. And Timmy Watson saw the open goal face and was able to bounce it through.
Make it now. 7.5 minutes left in this quarter. Probably been the best so far. Anthony Danaher kicks in again to the outer side. Brilliant kick, as we would expect from him, with or against the wind. Anderson onto the left foot. Watson again. Reynolds this time with him. A little bit of a nudge.
Oh, in the back, surely, Tim Watson.
Watson comes out with the ball to kick it to Long. Three danger players. Foster. Did he give away the free kick? One would almost think it would be fairly close.
Yes, that's in the back against Peter Foster. Oh, he's bouncing the ball.
Well, I knew he wasn't paying it, but...
Oh, well, there's two there, so it evened up. Doesn't matter.
Walsh wins it out. Socked away by Reynolds. And out of bounds, about 55 metres from the goal. 6 3/4 minutes left in this quarter. Footscray will need to get a couple more against it to have any chance in the final term.
Well, they've had a couple of great final terms this year, Footscray, so if they could get within 4 goals. They came home against Collingwood in the last term. Oh, good mark to Hamilton.
Play on.
Oh, play on. The umpire's
Came off Grant's hands first.
It might have hit Grant's hands. There's Hamilton again. To Spawn, who had an excellent first half. Over to Buick. Buick short to Grenvold. And Grenvold from 50 metres tries to hook it back, but straight to wide. Oh, I thought he was going to go across goal then. The handballs to Foster, who's battled valiantly all day, Peter Foster, as he normally does. Good mark. Hawkins, he is a clever player, isn't he?
Finishing there by Dougie. He loves that.
He is has been a magnificent player, Doug Hawkins, with one of the most highly skilled players in the game. He's gone short to Terry Wallace. Wallace on centre wing. They badly need the next 2 goals. Footscray into the breeze. Wigney has drifted out of the game. Danaher's got on top of him. Here's Izard with great pace. Hand pass. Look at loose men everywhere, Essendon. This is Buick. He's trying to get Anderson to go past. Now he does. Anderson a further hand pass to Kransberg. Is that a free kick down the ground? It is.
Yes, Anderson was tackled after he got rid of the ball against Mick Sevilla.
Well, Kransberg has got a loose man. He's going short out to the pocket. Good lead by Tim Watson. Now, Watson always on the alert for doing the team things. Got back. Any young player watching could see how Watson quickly got back and looked towards goal in case there was someone to give it to. Now Watson from 45 metres will kick it up high to let it float in with the breeze. Not a bad looking kick. It's a goal.
This fairly strong southerly breeze. So the job was ahead of Footscray going into the final quarter. They did have the breeze. Let's now go back to the action at the Western Oval with some 20.5 minutes remaining. The Dogs have got to get a wriggle on. They trail by 38 points.
90 plays 52.
Harrington, a beautifully directed kick. Right out wide to Foster. Oh, Foster, the short one, comes off to Atkins. Atkins long.
That's a bad
right
kick.
Down to the half-forward line's a high floater. Over the back is Coleman. Oh, he tapped it the wrong way. Went straight to Kransberg. Kransberg in after it. Royal chasing him. Over it goes to Buick, who's a very quick player. Darren Buick nearly brought down. Ran a long way. Then gets in the hand pass to Grenvold. Grenvold onto the left foot, setting it up for half-forward. Van der Haar shoved out of it. In goes Harrington, trying to get in the hand pass to Wind, who's been most impressive. The kick, though, finds Grenvold, then on to Buick. Buick trying the little one round the corner, and he has found Long. Michael Long, look at this. He wants someone to move in short. Look at this. Every time. Watson. Oh. And that's 50 against Liberatore. This way, Watson will be taken to the goal square for a certain goal. Silly play.
Yes, there's been a couple of those today against Footscray. And this will put Tim Watson right on the line. The one in the second quarter saw Michael Long have a shot from the same distance after a 50-metre penalty had been applied.
Well, he'd taken the mark and, well, these things happen on the spur of the moment, I suppose. And Foster's having plenty to say, but there's no doubt about the 50-metre penalty. Watson will tap this one through, I would think. Bang. right out of the ground. Goal to the Bombers.
Watson's third goal. He's got the last laugh. Timmy Watson, Essendon's 14th, 14-12 to 7-10.
Well, he's obviously not 100% fit, Timmy Watson, by playing him up on that forward line, but still a very valuable player. 3 goals all kicked in this second half. 2 in that third quarter now, 1 in the last quarter into the breeze.
Crowd finding a little bit of voice. Footscray with the wind. 16 minutes and 4 seconds left in the match. Wind again. Atkins. Oh, another shocking kick. A real up and under job. Hamilton made it easy for him. Good tackle by Collinyuk. And Grant did well to pick up the crumbs. But Essendon's defence resolute. Through O'Donnell. Goes along the ground. Anderson's out of bounds and so is the ball.
They've got another lease of...
Giving a few words to him. Salmon. Lost that one out again to Wind. Royals kick. Almost marked down there. Again, Hamilton. Foster lost sight of the ball. Walsh tried to punch it clear. Buick to Long. He'll go short. Watson, brilliant mark. I say he's not 100% fit, but he's not doing a bad job. Here he goes on one of his famous runs. Reynolds chasing, nearly grabs him. The old leg's doing a great job. Harrington. Oh, that could be dangerous for Footscray. O'Brien lost sight of the ball. Liberatore and Hawkins. The Hawk from centre field. Can he get around the fish? Baxter, who's kicked 1 in this quarter. Long kick, straight down the ground. Wigney, roll, 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 roll!
Said in a couple of games this year, Footscray have finished hard. They certainly did against Collingwood. They had a big last quarter. There's Anderson with a quick kick to the half-forward line. Over the back is Harrington. He's done a fair job at full-back today, Tim Harrington. He hooks it back to Atkins. Atkins, recovered well. A long hand pass. Here they come again, the Bulldogs. Doug Hawkins, the long kick. Coleman, over the back, Anthony Danaher. Mark Thompson to O'Donnell. Anderson's been an excellent player. He takes the mark.
O'Brien on his own.
Yes, and not manning up there, the Bulldogs. They're trying to slow it down as Craig O'Brien. And there's another short kick to Grenvold, to O'Donnell. Here's danger. Derek Kickett. Van der Haar, there's no one in the square as Kickett goes long towards goal. I think it's, what side? Wrong side of the post, I think. And it's a behind. Oh, boy. They just lost a bit of concentration there, Footscray, and didn't man up.
There's 2 players there unattended, and they nearly paid for that.
Harrington kick in. 13 minutes left in the game and a bit. Hawkins over the top. Spread eagles the pack. Hand pass effective. McGuinness. Short kick. Out of bounds on centre wing. In front of Darren Baxter, who's kicked 2 goals in this quarter. Throw in front of the Footscray grandstand, and we'll get plenty of encouragement from the fans here now. Wind and Salmon. Liberatore, they love him here. Long hand pass. Darren Baxter has added a bit of life. Short pass to Wigney, who started the match sensationally. That's his 7th mark. That's a long kick. Coleman almost. Royal grab.
That has to be a free kick.
Oh, that should have been a free.
Oh, yes.
Holding the man, wasn't it?
He was not in control of that ball, never in possession.
Footscray fans thought so. Coleman and Salmon. Salmon goes straight for the boundary line, and why wouldn't he?
Well, they're under a bit of pressure now, Essendon. They've got a run on Footscray, that's for sure.
Need a couple more goals to make it really interesting. Salmon again goes for the boundary line. Couldn't find it, but he does find O'Donnell. Beautiful tackle, Collinyuk. Nothing for it. Umpire coming in pretty quickly.
Yeah, well done, Steve Collinyuk. That's the pat on the head for the good work there.
Half-forward flank for Footscray, 45 metres from goal. Under 12 minutes remaining in the game. Over the top, Wigney, Royal, trying to get around his opponent, onto the left foot. Hit the post. It was coming back. Had he been another metre further out from goal, it would have cleared the post. 10-11 to 14-13.
Well, at least the crowd has come alight as Footscray mounting a challenge. Look at that kick. Beautiful kick, Anthony Danaher. A good mark by Grenville. David Grenville at half-back. Going around the boundary area. Terry Danaher, centre of the pack. Wigney's there. Loose ball is with Maloney. Maloney out to Hawkins, always with that plenty of time. Lovely directed kick out wide, but just set it up a little bit too much. Intention was to give it to Collinhook.
Might have been a bit wide there, Pete.
Yeah,
would have been
probably
better.
back towards centre forward.
Yeah.
Might have been better, that kick.
Centering kick would have been better.
Salmon against Grant. Salmon had to win that one. McGuinness goes to ground. Collinhook, he's throwing his body in, Bernie.
He's a good little player, Steve Collinhook. Much improved this season.
Well, what we want for an exciting finish is 2 quick goals to Footscray, and they'd be right in it. There's 10.5 minutes of play left in this game. Essendon trying to bottle it up as we see O'Donnell go straight to the line and punch it over.
Doing a good job at doing that.
Well, we've seen Salmon on the other side of
A veteran, Terry Danaher, should be able to pick it up. McGuinness. Buick ducked his head, holding the ball. There's the siren. It won't matter. The Bombers have won.
Yes, victory to Essendon. The final scoreline showing the Bombers 14-13-97, of which Watson and Long each contributed 3 goals. Footscray 11.